Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I have another installment of Heavy Relics for you. Another episode where I'll be showing off some of my latest vinyl purchases. And I've got 4 purchases to show off today. A real mix across the metal spectrum. But interestingly, none of these are really, could you say, original pieces or actual relics. They're all reissues, but I do feel that they're all worth showing off, and I'm going to kick off with something that you cannot dispute. As a metalhead, this is one of the essential albums. This is an undisputable masterpiece, a true classic. This is Venom with their 1982 album Black Metal, reissued for their 40th anniversary. Don't know if you can appreciate the embossed black metal title down the bottom there, but this is a really nice piece. Now, the reason that I bought this, I do have it on CD, but the reason that I bought this was because it was, I think it was about a third of its original price in a sale online, and I saw it and I saw what it was, a special version, and I just could not resist. I had to have it, absolutely had to have it. So you've got the album, you've got a poster there, which is always welcome. I do love a good poster or a nice sort of picture card insert. But the magnificent black metal on this very interesting sort of swirly effect, really nice record. Really love it. You've got the artwork sticker in the middle there, and then on the reverse you've got the Neat Records emblem with the track list. It's just a lovely piece to have, and there is no disputing the brilliance of this album. This is one of the best metal albums of all time, without a doubt. I mean, there's no escaping the fact that it is so primitive and raw. Absolutely it is. But also worth noting there, you've got very nice lyric insert there. But it's such an absolute masterpiece. You take that title track, Black Metal, a true gem, an absolute standout moment in metal history. One of the most iconic songs, probably the most iconic Venom track. I don't think many people could argue with that. That's the one that we all know. They coined the phrase black metal. That's pretty significant stuff. To Hell and Back, another brilliant track. But I mean, you just take all of these tracks: Buried Alive, Raise the Dead, the very sort of tongue-in-cheek Teacher's Pet, Leave Me in Hell, Sacrifice, Heaven's on Fire, Countess Bathory, Don't Burn the Witch. Start to finish, this is a speed metal, black metal. I wouldn't, now this is probably quite controversial, but I would not include Venom in the new album, the new wave of British heavy metal. I just don't feel that they comfortably sit within that category, nor do Motorhead, for example. But I think they are pioneers in their own sound and style, in what they do. So I would say that they were part of, or the instigators of, a whole new wave. And of course that then led on to the formation of the second wave of black metal, instigated with this, alongside the likes of Motorhead and Merciful Fate. But it's an absolute masterpiece. And like I say, I've got it on CD, but I saw that this was a lovely swirling effect vinyl, and I just thought that's the sort of thing that every self-respecting extreme metal fan needs in their collection. So that is exactly why I bought it, and I do not regret it one little bit. Got an absolute bargain, and it's Venom Black Metal. You can't go wrong. So that's my first article for today. Sticking with the theme of black metal then, this was a complete anomaly, a bit of a wild card, because strange enough, this is a band that I do know well, certain periods of their catalogue anyway, the first 2 albums, notably In the Night Side clips, and then anthems to the Welking Dusk. But then when it gets to the third and fourth albums, I don't feel that I know it quite as well. But I saw this album. This is Equilibrium by Norway's Emperor, one of the probably the most successful and the biggest of the Norwegian black metal scene. Certainly a hugely impactful and influential band. I saw these albums come up on Amazon and they were about £12 a piece, and I was confused because elsewhere they were surfacing at about £30-35, and I thought maybe it's just a glitch in the system, don't know. But I didn't take a chance on it. I just decided to purchase them anyway. Because although I have both of these albums on CD now, I'm only really familiar with this out of the two Emperor articles that I've purchased. The second one, to kill the suspense, is The Discipline of Fire and Demise. So I've actually never listened to this album, but I have listened to Equilibrium a number of times, and I do think that it's a sterling album. It's certainly very different to Anthems and In the Night Side, definitely. But what I really like about these is that they are very interestingly coloured vinyl. So I don't know if you can see there, but there's almost a bit of a cappuccino coffee effect there. And it's different, yeah. Not the nicest aesthetic colour scheme on Equilibrium, but it's nice, it's special, it's different, it's unique. And I have to say, I think that it's a really good album. It's certainly very extreme. In the Night Side and Anthems are, without a doubt, blistering black metal releases. This album incorporates a whole lot of different aspects and different elements, but it's without a doubt extreme. It's boundary pushing. It's just really good stuff. So this album was originally released in 1999, I believe, but it still stands up today, without a doubt. It's a strong, heavy album. Not my favourite Emperor album. I think that will still remain with In the Night Side, but it's a damn fine album. And to have it for £12, this lovely gatefold package, you just can't argue. That totally macabre, sinister artwork on the inside there. It's just great stuff. And then that does bring us neatly onto The Discipline of Fire and Demise. As I say, I have not heard this album. I should mention that both of these have a little poster in them as well, but neither of the posters are particularly special, so I'm not going to bother opening them up, but you know that there are posters in there. But this, I think, colour scheme wise, is far nicer. Far nicer. You've got this kind of like blue and black, this kind of ice cold effect. Far more fitting with black metal, definitely. I think that this looks really nice, actually. I love the colour scheme. I love that sort of aqua blue. Really works. Lovely piece to have. It's just a nice collector's item, most certainly. And I will listen to the album, of course, and familiarise myself, and then maybe the review will feature in future. So that brings us to our final article. Now this is the crowning piece of this particular collection. This was actually a Christmas present to me from my parents. An interesting choice, but a personal favourite of mine. Savatage, Edge of Thorns. An absolutely stunning album released in 1993. This was very tragically the last album to feature Chris Oliva on guitars. But do you know what? This is an absolute classic. I absolutely love this album. Talk about the strength of the material here. This is easily a top 3 Savatage album for me. And I feel like I probably don't talk about Savatage enough on this channel, because I don't know if you can see behind me, I have all of the albums on CD, and I don't think they have a bad album. I think that some are stronger than others, of course, but I think they are one of those bands that just has such a solid catalogue. They're so impactful. They've achieved so much, so influenced so many bands. And this is easily a top 3 album of theirs for me. You've got that very strange fantasy artwork there. You know, it's certainly very eye-catching. We have this sort of mystical, like elf or fairy-like character. You've got a troll in the water there. You've got some sort of creature here resembling a crocodile. You've got a face in the sun, kind of silhouetted by the branches. It's all very mystical and magical, but killer tracks. Edge of Thorns, the title track, an absolute masterpiece. That piano intro, magnificent, absolutely magnificent, and seriously memorable. Certainly, totally mind-blowing stuff. It's just brilliant heavy metal with like a really emotive, theatrical edge. Then you've got He Carves His Stone, heavy, almost a bit symphonic at times. A really brilliant track. Lights Out, the third track there, that's just more of a Def Leppard / sort of Saxon-esque heavy metal ripper. A really great track. Plenty of groove, plenty of rhythm there. Scraggy's Tomb, another great track. Got a few not as strong moments, less strong moments, but kicking off side C, you've got Degrees of Sanity and Conversation Peace, both absolutely brilliant tracks. Love those songs. Really strong, just good metal with a emotive theatric edge. Great key works. I mean, Chris Oliva's riffs and his solos and leads, absolutely blinding. He was such a talented guitarist, without a doubt. Vocals are also exceptionally strong. All That I Bleed, I can kind of take or leave some of these tracks, such as All That I Bleed, Miles Away and Sleep. But Damien, another really strong track. Really, really good. And what's really cool about this lovely article is this is a gatefold double vinyl. There is a poster card piece here, really nice. You've got the full artwork there. Really eye-catching stuff. Then you've also got a rather extensive booklet with a full bio and information about the band and about what was happening at the time. Really nice piece. I've read that and it's certainly very interesting. It shed a bit of light on the album and the band at the time. But what is really neat is inside of these picture inserts and lyric inserts here is that the vinyl, and I've said this numerous times now, I always feel that coloured vinyl is so much more special than just black vinyl. You've got this lovely yellow, I think it's like sunlight or sunburst colour vinyl. Really nice, a really nice piece. What you probably can't pick up is that it almost looks swirled as well. So it's just a really nice piece. And of course, both discs are coloured. They just really stand out. Coloured vinyl, so much more special than just conventional black vinyl. So there you have it. This was an absolute surprise and a total masterpiece. A real, genuine pleasure to own this in my collection. Savatage, Edge of Thorns. So there you have it. That's my 4 latest vinyl finds. Just to recap, we've got 4 reissues of more modern re-releases from the mighty Venom. We've got Black Metal on a black and silver swirl effect. We've got 2 Emperor albums, Black Metal Gods. We've got Equilibrium, and then we've also got the Discipline of Fire and Demise on their respective coloured swirly vinyls. And then we have the crowning piece in this particular haul. We have Savatage with Edge of Thorns, an absolute masterpiece. Love this album. Do not underestimate the brilliance of their metal. A truly lovely piece to have. So there you have it. Do you have any of these albums? What are your thoughts and opinions on these particular releases? I'll be very interested to hear the thoughts and opinions of others, of course. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all things good and heavy. as always, take care, my friends. Stay heavy.